This idea was stolen from Sara Carrolli. Not really, it was just borrowed. I guess it's not really borrowed. I guess it is stolen. I saw Sara do this video where she had her Instagram followers like blindly pick her next read for like a week. So I am going to have my Instagram followers blindly pick my reads for a week. Okay, that's what I'm doing, yes. I am gonna say that I was a little frustrated at first because it was exactly 50-50 with even votes for both picks. And so I was like, well, what the heck? But I literally made another post. I was like, guys, I need you to vote because I can't choose. Anyways, that's happening all this week. And if you aren't following me on Instagram, please go right ahead and follow me on Instagram. I will have more posts where you can vote and kind of dictate what's going on. So it's a fun time. I am trying to be more active on Instagram. At least I'm more active in the stories, but I'm trying to be more active in like the posts and stuff like that, just to give you guys more content on like a day-to-day basis instead of just like twice a week you're getting videos. I did post on Instagram and I had a poll and I had 2 different options, and there's a little clip right here of the picture. Here's the picture, and that's the results. So that's the results. These are the 2 books that I had up there. I'm pretty sure people knew what this one was. Like, I'm pretty sure, because I think the emojis were maybe a little bit too much on the nose. And then this one is the bodyguard. And I also, like, this is obviously like it was in like blackish gray. And then this one was in yellow. So I think maybe people guessed what the books were, which, I mean, yeah, that's fine. And this one lost. It was pretty even though. It was very even, very even. They were split 50-50 for a very long time. But this one ended up winning, so we are gonna read this one first, and it will be fun. Yesterday I read this book. I read it all in one day. I did listen to most of it on audiobook, and then I switched to physical like towards the end of the night, but I was listening to it on audio, and wow, the whole thing was incredibly good. There were a few twists in the beginning. I immediately knew what was gonna happen, but towards the end, I will say, it was a very, very good ending, in my opinion. I really liked this. I think I gave it 4 stars. It was good though. It was a good one. I did post another poll, which you will see here. Those are the results. And so I posted the poll. I posted another poll on Instagram. 2 more options. These are the 2 books that I posted. And so we have Finley Donovan is Killing It, which I really want to read this, like at some point. I really do want to read this book. And then this also, The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I also really want to read this one. So I really want this one to win. This one won by like a landslide. So this is the one that we're gonna read. This is also kind of a quick read. Riley Sager books, I think, are just kind of fast-paced in my opinion. So I'm excited to read this, and I've heard really good things about it. This is, I think Haley Pham loves Riley Sager, and I think this is one of the books that she was like highly recommending. So I'm gonna go ahead and start reading this one today. I'm probably not gonna finish it today because we're going to the movies. We're gonna go see My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3, which I'm very excited about as a Greek woman off the boat. I'm not off the boat. My parents are though. My dad is. Well, both my parents are off the boat. Both my parents are immigrants, but my dad's Greek. So anyways, I'm excited to go see My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. Then we have to run some errands, and I'm doing laundry right now. You can probably hear I am currently doing laundry right now, and I have a little bit of picking up to do around the house, just some basic cleaning, but I will probably get a couple chapters in. I finished this book and oh, sweet Lord. Like, first of all, I started reading it on Monday and then I didn't read anything Tuesday. Did I start reading it Monday or did I start reading it Wednesday? I think I started reading it Monday. What did I do Wednesday? That's what happened. I started reading this on Wednesday. So my last recording was on Monday, but it was like Monday night, I think. I can't remember, but I didn't read anything Tuesday. I started reading this on Wednesday, and then I finished this morning. Today is Friday. This was good. Like, this was good. I liked The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I read The Only One Left on my Instagram stories. There's like a little vlog there. I am talking a lot with my hands now that I have them done. So, but anyways, so I read the first book by him and it was great. It was amazing. I was very, like, there were a lot of twists and turns that some I saw, some I didn't see, and they were very pleasant. Like, the whole time it was very pleasant. This one, next level. That other book, child's play. Like, nothing compares. Nothing compares. This book was absolutely phenomenal. Like, 10 out of 10. And so I'm kind of mad that I didn't read this earlier. Like, I flew through this. So that leads me to today. I'm gonna be honest. One of these books I've already started reading. I actually started reading it, I think on like Monday or Tuesday. I think I was reading it. And then I kind of set it to the side, and then I read a little bit more on Wednesday, and then again I set it to the side Thursday so that I could finish The House Across the Lake. But lucky for me, it worked out in the end. So for the poll for Instagram, I put up these two books. This one, I put a world emoji because it says Under the World is the title. And then I put a moon emoji because there's like a little moon right here. And then I read the back after I had posted it and I was like, oh, I should have used different emojis. But I chose this one because I've had this for a while and it's just a really pretty cover. It kind of reminds me of like Hermione and Draco Malfoy if Hermione was blonde, you know? Like, it just gives those Manacled vibes, which I haven't read Manacled yet, so. But it gives vibes, right? It gives vibes. Anyways, after reading the back of the book, I realized could have used a plethora of other emojis, but whatever. She's an assassin. I think he's the king of the underworld, possibly? I'm assuming. It's a marriage of convenience. Those are the emojis. Okay, anyways. And then this was the second book that I posted. This is Night After Night, and this is by Julian Font. I do follow him on Instagram, and I didn't realize that he was an author until quite later. I followed him because he's very funny on his reels. And so then I think I saw like one of his posts or stories or something like that, and it was like a line from this book. Immediately purchased. I am that type of a person where if you give me one quote, I'm gonna go out and buy the book. It doesn't matter. Read a quote, bought the book. Read this quote, bought the book. Saw a picture of this book, bought the book. It doesn't take much for me, it really doesn't. So anyways, I went and bought this, but it's also on Kindle Unlimited. So I went also and got it on Kindle Unlimited. I think you can tell which book I started. Okay, but so I put those two options up, and lucky for me, this book won. Lucky for me, this book won. So this book won, it was 89% to 11%. Good thing that this one won because it's Friday, it's the last day of this, and this video is being posted tomorrow. So I'm just gonna knock this out and finish it today. I do have it on my Kindle. I think I'm on chapter 7. Yeah, I'm on chapter 7. So I'm on page 87, physical copy. Which means I've read this much. I have this much left. This is something that I can probably knock out today. I think I'm going to continue to read it on my Kindle though, just because it's very satisfying swiping. It's just very satisfying. And so I think I'm just going to continue to read this on my Kindle, but I am going to finish this and then we'll recap, and then you're going to see this video tomorrow. Actually, you're seeing it right now, but I am currently talking to myself. So you will see me talking to myself now, which is tomorrow in the future. You are in the future. Congratulations. The future is now present. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna go read. I talked about this book when I finished it. I think I just went straight into talking about this one. But just a recap, in case I didn't, this book was, oh, I did talk about this. I said it was phenomenal. Yeah, there were a lot of twists and turns, things that I didn't see. So absolutely phenomenal. Moving on. This book. I think this is a relatively new author. I think he's only written one other book. And I don't know if he has an editor or not, but if he doesn't, like, I will be your beta reader, 100%. The writing in this book is phenomenal. It's just so, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's just so beautiful. Like, it's just really beautiful, beautiful writing. If you like Jessa Hastings, if you like the Magnolia series, but you want kind of like a little bit more serious, less romance, less toxic romance, this is honestly the best book you could pick up. Like, I think this is such an incredible read. The only reason why I say I don't know if he has an editor is just because sometimes, like, the pacing felt, honestly, genuinely, it just felt like he was very excited to tell the story and wanted to get it out on paper. Like, it didn't feel like rushed or anything, but like, have you ever told a story to someone and you're trying to get to the punchline of it, and so, but there's like back filler that you have to give them? Like, that's kind of how it felt. Like, it felt like a conversation that you were having with somebody and they really just wanted to tell you what happened. And I'm not saying that it was bad. I'm just saying that it could have been better paced, I guess, but not by much. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is really just like, this is really the difference between what could have been. I probably would give this like a 4.75. It's just so close to a 5-star. And I think the way to do that is just the pacing of it. The characters were incredible. You've got Jay is the main character. You've got this like hero complex. He's trying to save everyone. He's trying to figure things out. And then you've got his older brother, Brayden. And I actually messaged Julian and I was like, Brayden reminds me so much of Lenny from Of Mice and Men. And if you haven't read Of Mice and Men, it's my absolute favorite book. I used to read this book multiple times a year. It's a very quick read. You can read it in like 2 hours. It's a very short book, but it's by John Steinbeck, and it was my absolute favorite book growing up. It's about these two guys, and one is Slow, and he is just this innocent, childlike guy, but he's like over 6 feet tall. He's built like a football player, and I don't know football positions. So he's built like a football player, okay? The guy that like tackles people for a living, he's built like that, but he's a very gentle man, and he just wants to help, but he keeps putting them in these bad positions because he's just not wise enough to get himself out or not in those situations at all. And so George is constantly cleaning up after him. And it's a beautiful story of how to basically save Lenny from himself. And I won't spoil the ending, but every time I get to it, no matter how many times I've read that book, every time I get to the ending, I start bawling my eyes out. And I just can't, like, the ending is just so gut-wrenching. So reading this and reading Brayden and seeing how he does have a good heart, you know, like he really wants to do the right thing. He just doesn't know how. Like he just really truly doesn't know how, and he just goes to what he does know. And even though Jay so badly wants to be the hero of this story, I actually think it's Brayden. Like I really truly think Brayden has been protecting Jay this whole entire time, and the whole time Jay didn't even realize it, not even until the end. Like I don't even know if he realized it in the end that it's Brayden who is the hero. I think he still was trying to be the older brother, I guess. I don't know. Jay's a very complex character. He's very deep, and he's very like contemplative, and like I think that one of the things that I really liked about Jay is that he is a likable character, but he has a lot of unlikable traits as well. And he recognizes them, you know? Like he recognizes them, and I don't know, it just felt very realistic. And then they have a third brother, his name is Josh, and he unfortunately passes away in like the second chapter. I think it's like the second chapter. There's a party, and Josh ends up dying in this party. I'm not gonna spoil how it happens because it's a pretty powerful scene and it comes up later in the book. And I'm still kind of confused because I don't know if one of the characters, I don't know if they're real or not, because no one seems to acknowledge them except for Jay. So I don't know if that character is real or not. Would love to know your thoughts if you ever read this book. This was a really good read. This was a very, very good read. I think this is his second book that he's ever written. I would give this a 4.75. I think it was a really great read. I think it really, really was. So that is what I read this week. I read these 3 books this week. It was fun. It was really fun. And all of them were really good. And all of them were kind of thrillerish in a way. So I feel like this was on brand. They're all kind of the same colors too. Like, come on people. Whatever, it's fine. I might have to go read a romance now though to kind of cleanse my palate. This was the first book that I read. It was really good. I really liked it. I listened to it on audiobook. I listened to it on the app Scribed. I used to have Audible. I now use Scribed because it's $12 a month and there's no credits. Everything, you get everything for free, which is very nice. And it also has sheet music on it, which I love because I play a lot of instruments, so that's cool. So I listened to this on audiobook. It was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I really, really liked it. There's a lot of twists and turns in this book that I didn't see coming, and there were also twists and turns that I definitely did see coming. It was just very good, very, very good. So glad that you guys picked this one. I have no words. I have no words. Wow. I don't know why I took so long to read this book, to be honest with you. I should have read it when I first got it. It was so good. Highly, highly, highly recommend. And then I read this one and, you know, I've already gushed about it. I've already gone through it. I do think you guys should read this. It is on Kindle Unlimited. So if you don't want to go out and buy the physical copy, please grab it on Kindle Unlimited because it's there. It's there. I did end up getting the physical copy. I also got it on Kindle Unlimited. I read it on my Kindle, but I did get the physical copy because I really wanted to support this artist, this author, not an artist, but I guess he is an artist, but I wanted to support the author. And so I got the physical copy as well as reading it on Kindle Unlimited. I might even just go back and like highlight certain parts in the physical book and just like annotate this one because it was really good. It was a really good book, and I don't like to annotate on my Kindle, which is funny because that's like the perfect place to annotate. I just don't like to. That's it. That's the video. That's everything. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, the little gisty gist. If you want to be involved with any other Instagram schemes that I come up with, like my Instagram information is down below, as well as my Goodreads, so that you can like see what I am reading. It'll probably be in the next video, but you can see it along the way. So like you can go ahead and just click on those 2 things. And I am trying to put more stuff on my Instagram. I'm trying to be more active on it, at least in the stories. I am trying to be more active with it. I suck at Instagram. I'm really, really bad at it, so I'm so sorry in advance, but I do post on there, at least in the stories. Maybe not as much as like actual posts, but I do the stories almost every day. I would say almost every day. Maybe like, I might miss like 1 day a week, but almost every day I'm posting in the stories. And so I love interactions though. So there's always like polls and stuff going on in there. Sometimes I ask people like, hey, what book should I just read right now? And there'll be like a little thing. And if I don't have it, I will go out and buy it. So, because I love to spend money. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, whatever, wherever you are. Okay, goodbye. Thank you so much. Bye.